The memory came in fragments: Corvy's terrified squeal, the plasma grenade arcing through the air, her body moving before her mind could catch up. Then nothing but white heat and darkness. Saren's eyes opened to a ceiling that curved like the inside of a seashell. Luminescent panels pulsing with soft amber light. The air tasted sterile, metallic, wrong. She tried to sit up and immediately regretted it as pain lanced through her torso. "Easy, human." The voice was melodic, almost song-like, with harmonics no human throat could produce. A figure moved into view, tall, willowy, with skin that shimmered between violet and silver depending on the light. 4 eyes, arranged in a diamond pattern, blinked at her in what might have been concern. The alien wore what appeared to be medical robes, intricate patterns flowing across the fabric like living things. "Where's Corvy?" Saren's voice came out as a rasp. "The cub is he. The Velkin child survived. Thanks to you." The alien's head tilted in a gesture that reminded Saren uncomfortably of a curious bird. "I am Dr. Thessian. You are aboard the medical vessel Sanctuary of Light, in orbit around Velkin Prime." Saren's memory sharpened. The colony. The separatist attack on the refugee center. She'd been there as part of the Human Diplomatic Corps, trying to help negotiate safe passage for the displaced Velkin families when the bombs started falling. Corvy and 3 other cubs had been in the courtyard, playing with salvaged toys, when she'd spotted the grenade. 3 meters. That's how far she'd thrown herself to cover them. "How bad?" Saren asked, forcing herself to look down. Her body was wrapped in something that looked like translucent gel infused with silver threads. Through it, she could see the mottled purple and black of severe burns. "You should have died, Doctor." Thessian's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. By all Velkin medical knowledge, a human exposed to a plasma detonation at that range would suffer catastrophic organ failure within minutes. But you... The doctor's head tilted further. "You, humans, are remarkably difficult to kill." Saren barked a laugh that became a cough. "Yeah, we're stubborn like that. It is more than stubbornness, Doctor." Thessian moved to a console, manipulating holographic displays with fingers that had too many joints. "Your species' redundant circulatory system, your remarkable healing factor, your absurd pain tolerance. The galaxy has never encountered anything quite like humanity." The door to the medical bay dilated open with a soft hiss. A small figure burst through all 4 limbs, covered in the soft gray fur characteristic of young Velkin. "Corvy." "Saren! Saren!" The cub scrambled up onto the bed before anyone could stop him, his 6-fingered hands patting her arm carefully. His 3 eyes, the third one centered on his forehead, were wide with relief and residual fear. "They said you might not wake up." "Hey, little guy." Saren managed to smile despite the pain. "Takes more than a grenade to stop a human." Behind Corvy, 2 adult Velkin entered his parents. Saren assumed. They wore the simple gray robes of refugees, but carried themselves with dignity. The male stepped forward, dropping to one knee in a gesture Saren recognized as deep respect in Velkin culture. "You saved our son," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "You barely knew us. We are refugees. Nothing. Yet you threw yourself into plasma fire for our cub." "Not nothing," Saren corrected gently. "Your people. He's a kid. That's all that matters." The female Velkin made a sound like wind chimes in a storm weeping. Saren realized. The galaxy says humans are dangerous, aggressive, warlike. They warn us to fear you. Some of that's true, Saren admitted. We can be all those things. But you are also this. The male gestured to her broken body. The council fleets. They debated for cycles whether to evacuate us. Forms, procedures, committee reviews. Your human ships just came. No questions, no hesitation. And you. He looked at his son, who had curled up carefully beside Saren, his small hand wrapped around 2 of her fingers. You gave your body as a shield for a child you met only hours before. Dr. Thessian approached with a medical scanner, running it over Saren's injuries. The galactic community struggles to understand your species. You are paradoxes. You fight wars over resources, yet give billions in aid to worlds you've never visited. You can be cruel beyond measure to your own kind, yet sacrifice yourselves for complete strangers. That's because you're trying to fit us into neat categories, Saren said, wincing as the scanner passed over her ribs. Predator or prey, aggressive or peaceful, logical or emotional. Humans are all of it, all at once. We contain multitudes. A human philosopher? Dr. Thessian's translator struggled with what might have been amusement. A human who read a lot during the long ship journeys. Saren looked down at Corvi, who had fallen asleep against her side. His breathing soft and even. How are the other cubs? Alive. Minor injuries only. Your body absorbed 97% of the blast. Dr. Thessian's eyes did that sequential blink again. In our medical literature, we would classify this as a miracle. But humans seem to generate miracles with disturbing frequency. Over the next days, as Saren healed with a speed that continued to astonish the Velkin medical staff, word of her actions spread. Refugees came to thank her. Some brought offerings, food, crafts, songs. She tried to tell them it wasn't necessary, that she'd only done what anyone would do. But they insisted otherwise. No, an elderly Velkin scholar told her, his voice gentle but firm. Not anyone. In our histories, in the histories of the 17 species of the Galactic Council, such acts are rare. Honored when they occur, but rare. But in the 3 cycles since humanity joined the galactic community, we have documented over 4,000 similar incidents. Humans protecting non-humans at great cost to themselves. Maybe we're just young and dumb, Saren suggested. Or perhaps, the scholar replied, you are teaching us something we forgot. That sentient life, any sentient life, has value worth protecting, even at the cost of your own. On the 7th day, Saren was cleared to walk the ship's corridors with assistance. Corvi appointed himself her guide, chattering endlessly about the ship, the other refugees, and the human ships in orbit, massive, scarred vessels that had fought their way through separatist blockades to reach Velkin Prime. They passed a viewport, and Saren stopped, staring out at the planet below and the fleet above. Sleek Velkin ships, graceful and efficient, and among them, the blunt, pragmatic ugliness of human destroyers, their hulls still scorched from battle. Why do humans help us? Corvi asked quietly. The galaxy says we're not important. Small species, no resources, no strategic value. Saren knelt down, ignoring the protest from her healing ribs, and looked the cub in all 3 eyes. Because you're people, Corvi. And people matter. All of them. Even the small ones, especially the small ones. The cub hugged her carefully, mindful of her injuries. When I grow up, he whispered, I want to be brave like humans. Saren held him close, looking out at the stars beyond. Somewhere out there, the galaxy was learning what it meant when humans decided something was worth protecting. And perhaps, just perhaps, they were teaching an ancient galaxy that some things, compassion, sacrifice, the inherent value of life, were more than just human traits. They were choices. And humanity chose to be better, even when it hurt.